Hey y'all, it's your girl Just Free coming at you. Another video. Feel free to hit the like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in to my channel. So, let's get into it. On the last episode of Love and Flip Flop. Ooh, child, the girls be they just out here, girl, getting into it, okay? So, Olivia, where I left off last was Olivia had made a video um, about Jazz being in a DV situation, and we all know what DV stands for. So, basically, a person wrote this recap of the video, and it goes, "She keeps talking in circles and won't spill anything. She said fuck Chris, and she would beat his ass herself. She swears Jazz told her something concerning, and she's scared for her. Says Chris better not get online and say shit. She's giving him a warning. She says she doesn't want to talk about it anymore. She's disgusted at Chris. Says maybe Jazz is the toxic one at this point. Says Chris is draining Jazz. If Olivia wasn't a snake ass bitch and a liar, people wouldn't hesitate to believe what she's saying. Even if it's true, it's Olivia's motives. So that's the question. What are Olivia's motives with that video? Um, you know, other than what most people speculate is that, she needs some traction to her channel, which makes sense. Um, she cloaked this whole video into pretending to really be concerned for Jazz. Um, and I'm not sure how concerned you would be if you brought a situation online that, in most cases, people would the natural order of things to me would seem that she would call her mom and her dad and Phil and try to get them all together and go, stage an intervention. Um, and then at the end of the day, you know, um, if you can't get through to the family, then it's like, okay, well, as a friend, there's not much else you can do other than say, hey, listen, I love you dearly, but until you're ready to walk away from this situation, I can't support this. I can't support it. So when you're ready to walk away, I'll be more than happy to be there for you, you know. But in the meantime, I'm not going to be in a position where I'm looking at Chris crazy because you tell me certain things and then I'm looking at him crazy and y'all still together because I'm gonna feel a type of way because I'm your friend and I don't want my friend to get hurt and I don't want to see my friend being hurt or hear about it. So that's how that should have been handled. But we all know Olivia is a cocksucking, attention seeking whore. Okay, so that's not how you know. That's just not how Olivia is built. Even though she claims to be built, she built like a silverback, but she thinks that she's built like a. She tries to portray like she's some real ass bitch. You know, she a real one. You know what I'm saying? Like she just like she does the right things, and she's so full of uh she's such a I don't know what's the better word for it, but like she's got all this character and such and so forth. Um, this person says, I agree, it's tough for all to really believe. Just quietness speaks volumes. If some bitch get online and lie on my boyfriend, I will defend him. And that's the thing. It's like, you know, I mean, there's been enough um, stories being brought forth that Chris is really boxing on Jazz. However, and I could be wrong, it's just hard for me to see Jazz not fighting back because she's just too masculine. Um, you know, I don't know. I'm just so yeah, I don't know. But you know how it is when women, some women they're not going to, so they just I mean, or I mean, yeah, it could be either or. But I personally, I would have been like, hold up, bitch. Ain't nobody putting hands on nobody. And that would have been either way. Like, I wouldn't have allowed her to come on here either way and say shit. But then again, Olivia got receipts. So, you know, I guess Jazz feels like, I feel like it would be such a, I don't know. I personally feel like Jazz got more on Liv than Liv got on Jazz. Because, I mean, if you think about it, we already know that Chris is a scum. You know, he ain't shit. He don't work. Um, we already know that. But what we don't know is who Olivia. I mean, well, we know Zolo's Olivia's baby daddy, but she never confirmed that. Um, and some more behind the scenes stuff that I would imagine that went on with her and Gerard that would be very, would be very, very juicy. More so than what's going on with Jasmine, I think. But then again, for Jazz to be this quiet, it's got maybe it's something. Maybe it is. I mean, maybe it's something really explosive that he's done did, that Kristen did, that she really don't want out here. I just can't imagine what it could be. Um, but if it's just him putting hands on her, I mean, come on, man, that shit is lightweight. I mean, as far as what the people have already surmised, we've already surmised that. Well, the people, because I wasn't really all that concerned about it. But once the people said it, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I don't know. I just feel like I mean, Jazz got more on Liv than Liv on Jazz. And I think they should put it all out there and then just end it. And Love Lies and Lakefront said that a long time ago. Just put it all out there on Perv. Just put it all out there, child. And then we all can sort it out ourselves, amongst ourselves, and decide what we want to talk about. Ooh, child. Because I bet you up in there somewhere, you know, Olivia and that damn hair drug test. Um, and God only knows what else. But hell, a lot of her shit then came out too anyway with Fifi. So it's like how much more information can Liv have or Jazz have on Liv, you know? So anyway, whatever, Joe. Someone made a point all of this been going on, but it's funny it came out only after the piano. Yeah, so Liv feels like she was betrayed on the piano. You know, Jazz was on there calling her, trying to defend Liv for what and why. I don't know. I don't know why these people go on these pianos. Just make your fucking content and go on about your business. Why would you care about who strangers liking you? I mean, I just don't get it. If I was a content creator, I would just try to make the best content possible. Shit, put out 50 dry ass sandwich videos a day because the people still gonna watch them. You know, there's new people that you could just that will come along and just based on your personality, no matter how dry the sandwiches are, you need to work on your personality and trying to um, get as many people to your channel as possible so that your income, so that you can increase your income that way. Fuck what everybody else is talking about. Because I mean, you always gonna have your haters, and I don't understand what the need for um approval is about. Don't you learn when you a kid that everybody ain't gonna fucking like you? And for a woman to have 5 kids, talking about jazz and that panel, that stupid panel, because I got a chance to listen to that, just the piece where Olivia had got on. Why are y'all bitches on there? Y'all got all these kids. You got 5 kids and you sitting up here talking about what? I don't even know what the fuck they were. What was the whole point of it? I don't know what the conversation was about. I'm not really interested. But whatever purpose it served, good for who the creator of the channel, whatever, good for them. They'll get their views and their whatever that they need to get their channel going. I suppose by having Jazz on there, um, you know, and all this coming on for free and talking shit for free. It's just like Yanni Bonnie B said. Like y'all bitches is dumb. Y'all ain't real boss bitches. Y'all don't have no concept of getting to the bag. Y'all just come jumping on panels random. You know what I'm saying? When y'all could be on Patreon clearing so-called clearing shit up or allowing the people to ask questions no matter how tough the questions are, because Olivia gon' um dance around and let her answer the way she want to answer, but as long as you're getting paid, because as far as Olivia concerned, y'all don't know what's going on with her. Y'all don't know her. But if y'all gonna do this, do it in a way so y'all could get paid. And I mean, when Yanni said it back when she said it initially, when she was trying to get the whole, quote unquote reunion thing going. I mean, I heard her, but I didn't really get it till just now. Like listening to them being on the piano, just all random, willy nilly, popping up, trying to defend something that ain't. I mean, you can't defend, or to have people that or to for the need to have people big you up, you know, just for the sake of saying, oh, you know, you're um, you're growing, your channel is, um, I don't know, whatever the hell they was saying to Jazz to pump her up, which was some bullshit in my opinion. But hey, whatever floats your boat. But Jazz, you don't need that in order to grow your channel. See, they so focused on the wrong thing that they just can't even help themselves. you know? So anyway, this person says y'all really think she's saying something. Or y'all think she lying for views? I don't know because I can't usually tell. Unhinged behavior. Normally don't agree with this threat, but whoever said Olivia was a narcissist, 100% correct. She showed me in these last few lives to keep saying it's none of my business, but keep talking about it to say I love her, but keep saying keep that to yourself. I mean, yeah, it's just like, instead of, like I said, if a real friend would just say, hey, I love you, but I can't continue to support you in this way. Not in this way. When you're ready to leave, by all means, I'm here. But to bring something, to call yourself exposing something, and then say it's not my business, and then to say I love her, but and then say something different. It's just to me, it's just it's like her mind is all over the place, and this is just more evidence of her not knowing how to be a friend. Um, if she only put this energy into maintaining custody of her kids. And that's another thing. Like, bitch, you spend more time on here. I mean, Olivia got so much time on her hands now. Listen, at the end of the day, the kids is gone. The kids is gone, child. She ain't getting them back. But as opposed to her, I mean, really bringing positive energy to her channel, can you just imagine what her channel would be if she just focused on weight loss journey, um, you know, maybe having her little conversation with her supporters, and just doing everyday, blogging with the children, and just shed, shedding the fuck up how far she could go, but they just have to get into the shits with people. They just gotta get into the dirt, um, and just respond. And it's like y'all just not gonna get enough because there's no reason why they shouldn't be making at least high five figures, high six figures, you know, with money in the bank. Had Olivia been focused, she still have her kids, or, well, sharing custody with Gerard because they should have 50-50 at the end of the day. They both parents. They were married. They should have 50-50 custody. No reason why they shouldn't. Um, and, she could have been just doing her thing. But now that she doesn't have them, you know, she could she had more time to focus on anything, especially with her mom, being a part-time parent to her child, her baby. So this person says, honestly, I have nothing in common with that hog, but I went through the same thing with a friend of mine, former friend. You absorb their energy so easily it impacts you as much as them. I had to step away, not only away because not only was it a lot, but to live's trash ass. You sit back like, no, you don't care about yourself or even me. Yeah, because in those cases, um, now there are cases where, um, women just feel so defeated and she really doesn't have the courage to leave. And Jazz, she's to a degree, she's that woman. But if Jazz really wanted his ass gone, all she'd have to do was call the cops, get a couple restraining orders. I personally don't think he that crazy that he would try to kill her. Um, but you never know. But God forbid. But I think she's strong enough that if that's what she wanted to do, she would do it. Now, are there some women that are that much afraid that they can't even do that? or won't or just I don't know, don't have the help. And see, that's the thing, Jazz, if she really wants to do it, all she have to do is call her mom or dad and film. That's it. But anyway, Olivia needs views. Both her channels are failing miserably. Jazz did nothing to her for her to air her business out. Now I disagree because I thought when Jazz came out, I don't know. I feel like that was shade. I'm not saying Olivia should have handled it this way. I would have just ended the friendship and not talked to her anymore. But I feel like it was shade when the whole video with Chris talking about the football thing. I don't know about anybody else, but I would have took that as shade, especially if I was Olivia. If I was Olivia, and I'm sure that being Olivia, the person that she definitely took that as a jab. And in my opinion, rightfully so. Even though I could care less, I would have just cut it off, blocked her, and said, or and told her how I felt, and said, "Don't fucking call me no more." Um, but I took that as a jab. I don't know about anybody else. If she ever loses that gut, that skin will be so saggy. I was wondering the same because if Estelle is supposed to assist with supervising and her weekend is coming up, why was Stella leave? So, one of my good friends for the past few years just had problems after problems and is also in a toxic relationship. After her last meltdown, I had to step away, but I never and will never air out what she's going through. Well, I mean, most people don't. Um, it's very weird that she hasn't did a live or video outside her room or the bathroom. She didn't drop them off at home. That's why she's isolating herself. She don't want us to see or hear that damn baby. Also, if there is DV, how is it the internet's business? That is a personal matter, and whether you involve yourself or not, don't bring it to the internet. It's between Jasmine, her family, mom, dad, kids, police, CPS, and Chris, if jail if it's true. She says you had no right to put me in your shit, and you think you had the right to bring a possibly embarrassing, scary personal matter to thousands of people, some of whom are already joking about her getting abused, some of whom troll her every day. She said, I don't think you know what a sister really is. No, if you don't, I'm a big sister. I've never once told anything that someone told me unless it's under emergency. I don't put my family info out online. You would have never done this to Raquel. Her helps her, yes. Listen to her, blasted her online, no. And that's the thing. It's like, what did Liv, um, what was the outcome Liv was looking for? I mean, she want other people to call CPS. She's adding fuel to the fire because she already knows that people were already speculating that Chris was whooping on her ass, as well as her mom and Chrissy, who had already put it out there. So then you add to that, that don't even make sense. Like, how is that supposed to be a friend? I think Liv befriended her to outshine. Okay, so this is a point that I have found that I have wanted to expound upon. I think Liv befriended her to outshine her. I honestly think Jazz still having her kids and her boyfriend was too much on Liv. I know it sounds crazy, but in that girl's mind, she thinks she's supposed to be the winner. She thinks men are supposed to be after her, even though Jazz is very much in an effed up situation. Liv is envious of it because she believes that's supposed to be her. I guarantee she talked shit about Jazz to her mom, asking, well, how did she get to keep her kids, but they took mine away. I think in a twisted way, like that is a thing, that might have run across Jazz's mind. Um, I think there is uh, a tinge of enviness, so to speak, a degree of enviousness, however you say it. um, there's a degree of envy. You know, I definitely can see that being an issue. Liv can't be alone with her son. It's a court order. Now, how y'all know that? I also think something big is going on with her case. She's trying way too hard to divert attention to Jazz. And that's a possibility too. Liv just do shit. And I mean, for her to be, my God, it's just always some shit with Liv. So, I mean, it's possible something is going on that she really is trying to deflect from. You know, it's been a minute since people aired her out. So, um, y'all really think she's saying something, or y'all think she lying for views? I don't know, because I can usually tell when she's acting. Liv has no content. She uses someone else's personal issues for views and content. I hope she loses reputation. I hope all she can get is a letter in the mail. She'll probably find that long lost boyfriend she thought ghosted her. um, Another fantasy there's no man interested in her. Olivia has been in a bind for almost a week, but she gets all made up to air Jasmine out. Once again, this is for views and content. Baby and Stella gone, and all she can do. Oh, baby, AJ and Stella gone, and all she can do is go live multiple times per day. What if she's trying to act like the baby isn't there to avoid a court order paternity test? What? Y'all be child fishing. And Olivia has said in the past that her mother and sister wanted to help her leave, but she stayed for years. So how they do all of that if they didn't know? Olivia lies for no reason. Oh, Olivia hit the nail on the head when she said in tonight's live that people flat out hate her because they want to see Jazzy win. She said something similar about Chrissy. That's what has Olivia pissed and spiteful. So in Olivia's mind, this hits two birds with one stone. One, views to her channel, and two, hopefully getting people to hate Jazzy more than they hate her. So I guess I know how that works, but I think at the end of the day, Olivia has her crew, her subs, her diehard subs, and her quote unquote haters, and Jazz got hers. I don't think it's going up or down. I mean, well, to a degree it has, but pretty much I think it's like a level playing field with them too. Like, it's not a big up or a big down. Um, and they're definitely not going to get a bunch more subscribers out of this. They may lose some, you know, maybe gain a couple, but it's not anything significant. So, I mean, what's the damn difference? They not even trying. They're just out here just putting out the same old average bullshit content. Um, just very average, very basic. You know, Olivia talking all this talk about traveling and carrying on. Girl, you ain't. I mean, aside from the whole chasing after Gerard debacle and flying to LA, where the fuck have you gone? Florida to Texas, back to Texas, from Florida to Texas, and Texas to Florida, and then to California. I mean, where's the vacation? You've never been on a vacation. So I would love to see this traveling mess. Um, it was her saying, "Who told y'all I recorded Jasmine?" and being adamant about it. I didn't watch Olivia's live and won't. But what talking about kissing her crater ass, saying she's a real B. Oh, brother. Um, agree. Both of them are trash, but I think Jazz is more of a somewhat likable person than Child. Olivia's just overall nasty, mean spirited, and just can't and don't want to relate. Um, why do Liv get mad when she gets called a white person? I had an acquaintance reach out to me during a mental health crisis. It's surprising because, like I said, she was a casual friend. Maybe I was the first person who popped into her head. I don't know. But it was a scary situation trying to walk her through it frantically, trying to look for help by keeping her on the phone. I was finally able to connect her with a mutual friend that was a therapist. The mutual friend eventually called me back and said the person had calmed down and made an appointment to see them. The person called and apologized. I think she was embarrassed. I said, no worries, as long as you're okay. And that was that. I'll never forget. It was Saturday and I was worried about her all weekend. It was stressful. I've never been through something like this before. Imagine someone like Jazz calling you all the damn time with bullshit. Like someone from her thread said, oh, girl can never have a normal week. She's been getting it in with someone for almost 3 to 4 months now. Now, stop. Hell, we are in a whole new year. Jizz is very draining, and on top of it, puts all this shit on you, but then gets an attitude when you give her advice. That nonsense probably worked on Christy because I think she really felt bad for her. And that's the thing, you know, instead of just cutting her off and maybe even just and letting the people think what they want to think, you know, Olivia chose to come on here and blast her friend again, which I mean, part of me, um, I just don't know what to think because I also think, Olivia or Jazz shaded her with the whole football comment. And because they play these games, that's the only reason why I'm, you know, uh, assuming how they will respond is based upon who they are, not nothing. I would fucking do shit. I don't do this internet shit. I just do this little reaction bullshit for fun. I remember when Liv would yell out in lives when you alone that bothered me. People always assumed she was talking about reacting to Gerard, but I always felt it was about Jazz. I mean, Jazz would be in her life talking about call me right now or message me. She did that with Chrissy too all the time. Jazz is a clingy person and emotionally manipulative because to always go running and crying to people but refusing to change. That's manipulation and trying to keep people attached to your toxicity. Liv is trying to rebrand, failing, but she probably is over Jazz's drama. And yeah, I can see that too. I mean, like I said, you know, um, it's like you have to cut people off and you have to establish boundaries. And I do think that initially, Liv possibly in her own way cared for Jazz and had a real concern for what was going on and wanted to be there for Jazz in her own way. But that type of stuff will take a toll on you. And again, I don't agree with Olivia bringing it to the internet, but that's what they fucking do. This is what they do. Um, and just like Jazz in the whole apology thing, when Liv asked her not to. Um, this is what they do. So it's not surprising that Olivia brought this to the internet. That's not a surprise. Chris Bumbass would like to type to spin us on things. Liv been trying to get her look back ever since the piano. Jazz gave someone a public apology. Liv never forgave her. Liv is a grudge holder and use whatever she has to get you back. If Liv was trying to help her friend, why is she feuding with her now? Now Liv and Jazz are enemies. This has been a disaster waiting to happen. I mean, yeah, she wasn't mad. She brought everything. She kept. I mean, she said verbally, "I'm not mad." Blah 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 blah. But then you're still here talking about a situation. That's personal to someone you claim to care about, you know, but you're not mad. What is the point of all of this? Olivia never had good intentions towards anyone, period. Exactly. She never had good intentions towards her ex husband, her children, nobody. Um, Jazz is an energy vampire with zero self awareness and comments us about her relationship with Chris. That's why instead of self reflecting, she had the audacity to say that she can't do the drama as if she's not the creator. Yeah. Definitely zero self awareness. I mean, I don't watch jazz like that. I pretty much um I haven't done a video about jazz in probably well over 6 months. But I do know about jazz is what I um is from the reactors only, really, specifically only from the reactor. I don't watch any of her videos, have not watched them in over 6 months, probably closer to a year. Posters are pictures, not 15-year-old Valley Girl decor. I had a friend who was constantly being abused and then staying with the guy. I tried to be real with her. I tried being supportive, but that is just draining time after time. Eventually, she was choked out and damn near died before she realized he wasn't worth her time. Um, yeah, Chris ain't going nowhere. How about that? Chris ain't going no goddamn where unless Chris leaves. And then you gonna have Jasmine ass wrapped around his ankles on the floor begging him to stay. Um, because you know, Jazz is dependent upon somebody, um, upon having or needing someone to validate her. That's why she comes on here after the people say Chris don't care about you. Then she got to bring Chris on here. Say, see, babe, they said you don't like me, and then he'll start touching on her, kissing on her, and all this crazy stuff because she has a need to prove something to people that really don't matter. And I agree. I had to cut one of my best friends off because I couldn't take hearing about how her BD was abusing her. The final straw was when he choked her out and left on the kitchen floor when she was 7 months pregnant. Listening to her cries, but knowing she wasn't going to leave was too much for me, so I had to learn to love and be there from a distance. I would have never spilled her business to the world, though, especially knowing that could potentially put her in more danger. Olivia's doing this shit for attention and views. That's sick. Sweet mother of Jesus. She should have done a Britney and shaved it all off. It couldn't look worse than this. It's embarrassing that ugly tattoo on her jaw, neck, chest. I see Tuna is getting ready for when Jazz exposes her business in her last live. Her live last night, she said, "I never lied about anything, and if I did, it's because I didn't want y'all to know my business." So Jazz must have something on her because she added in that little part. What in the world? Norbert vibes, of course. Norbert is way better looking. That's Rasputia. That's not Norbert. Elias selling those wolf tickets to Chris because she knows his ass is locked up. What? Y'all think Chris locked up? Think about it. She said in her live for what Chris did, he should have been under the jail. Oh, Larry, I thought you didn't post that live to your main channel because you've been out here in jazz business for clout. Yet I see you posted the link to that video on your main channel. You're an evil, mean person. That's true. Or we'll see because that's when we can have the kids. Um, Bella has to be there when the web kids are there. I must be the only person alive who has not seen Norbit. I see references from this movie all the time. Guess I'm gonna go for. Oh my god, that's isn't that a black card revoke? If you haven't seen Norbit, holy cow! I think that's a black card revocation. Well, I can't even talk because it's some movies. What didn't I see for the longest time? Oh, I still haven't watched what The Wood. Um, and what's the one with Nia Long and what's his face? My boo, Lorenz Tate. I forget the name of that movie. I still haven't watched that. Is it Brown Sugar or whatever it's called? I still haven't watched them two movies, and there's a couple of other ones. I have never watched Soul Plane. Anyway, there's an but Norbit it was huge. There isn't a stipulation regarding Stella assisting her with her. Someone here speculated about it, and the super actors sticking around with it. Oh, excuse me. It definitely knows the Florida court. Listen, I can't deal with y'all speculation. Stella's name appears more in the visitation orders. If the court decides that there is a cost for supervised visitation, it will not be done in this manner. Jerome doesn't even like her talking to the kids. There is nothing in the court docs about that. Stella doesn't have a pot to piss in. She can't vouch for Olivia on any level. Her presence is merely out of guilt and knowing her own daughter ain't Listen, how much time? Oh, 42 minutes. There you go. Thanks for tuning in. By the way, and hanging out with your girl. We're gonna wrap this thing up, honey. Now someone in this chat, um, no Quells was in there watching. Quells, please change the battery. That's not the line. Where does Liv find all these long neck shirts that show her long ass orangutan titties? How are they so tight fitting, but the neck is so long? I notice she doesn't wear the tight fitting clothes. That they fall apart during use. She buys 3X unisex fashion over graphic tees and cuts herself. I know the size down 3 sizes for the correct fit. Is Stella a felon? Stella has a record or background is much less than stellar. I've always wondered why none of the reactors ever spoke about it, but we know they are lazy and much too cheap to do their own fluffing about most things. Blue things, clothing, how you say that word? Um, remember that video when Liv was at their place and she kept sneaking glances at Chris? She's the type of broad who thinks every man should want her. As messy as her life is, Jazz is still living in a nicer place with her kids and a man. Liv can't check any of those boxes. When someone like Jazz got a leg up on you, you're really in the gutter. Ooh, child. Do you see the seam line and it's one of the shirts? She pulls them down. Excuse me. Oh, this was her in the girl chat. Girl, you still talking about my ex? That's pathetic. That ain't got shit to do with the topic at hand. Your whack ass channel. Is that supposed to be a read? Y'all just pray for Jazz at this point. It's crazy how this weirdo supports abuse. My ex has nothing to do with this, but okay, girl. Girl, you dumb AF. I'm sorry I had to comment again. It's a lie for me. Stella looks horrible, like she's had a rough life. Drug charges, theft, tricking. They really sit up and react to chats all day. Olivia probably hasn't even washed her butt or brushed her teeth for the day. Okay, my bad. I thought, okay, my bad. Thought I read on one of the court documents that because a liar had a history of neglect, that Gerard had petitioned the court um, to have that time continuously supervised by an entity or person of the court. Her ass got to be on disability or something. Why does Stella have so much free time to be back and forth between state and babysitting AJ all day? Someone said they lived for her ex friend that Stella had to be with her and the baby. I think people are referring to this document, but I don't know if it was ordered. And also, this was a statement she made in 2021. Um, oh boy, supervisors wasn't ordered. Oh, so I guess one of the things she could have on Olivia is AJ's picture. What did she do today but make a promotional blog about a presser she isn't going to use and Crystal's all up in it? She had to let people know that Crystal's her bae. I thought she had that contraction before. I wonder if this is all her video. Nobody wants to see that bum. Um, so that chick, the reactor, that was over there making shorts, cheerleading and defending Tuna can has now seen the light. I guess she made a video that wasn't in favor of this hog in the beach well. Had the video taken down. She even told Jazz to keep the kids off the internet when she's live, just the hips dropping stationary. I told her I'm glad she finally sees Liv for who she really is. She even apologized to another viewer. Oh wow! So the white chick that was making the video. Oh, interesting. I think it was older because the couch was in a different spot than it is now. You could tell in that video Chris was being a dick. And he was throwing his arms around. Wonder why a liar took that face out. That's worried about my friend video down. This is the water that Tuna drinks. I've only just recently, last few months, drink other water. But I know that she drinks it. But they have for trying to start now. If she has the question, do you think it's okay for a father to hit her daughter? Oh, child. So apparently she posted a question. Is it okay for a father to hit his daughter? What the hell? Okay, now, Tuna. I know I always say nobody cares to you all the time. I see this light shift the numbers for those who are rooting for you at this moment. Famous, unlikable at this point. You got one chance. You better make it good. Do you think it's okay for a father to hit his daughter? She is such a sad, and she knows good and well, even if she's not talking about Gerard, that to post something like this, implies that Gerard, that she's talking about him. So I don't even understand why she would do this type of like. Well, listen, Liv is Liv, so it's really not a surprise. I wonder what she's up to. Is she back to bashing Gerard? She's double talking to bring attention to herself. Liv is so weird. I think she lives vicariously through her children when it comes to their relationship with their dad. She just can't believe they love him equally as her. So now all of a sudden her father is back in the picture. Oh yeah. So her talking about acting like she was talking to her dad was so comical. It's like, girl, you don't even know that man. And I'm just talking shit. I don't know what she knows. But I beg to differ. I beg to believe that she don't know him. It, that's just my opinion. And I'm sticking with it. Liv merely said, and maybe she might be talking about her stepfather, allegedly, quote unquote, stepfather, mama's boyfriend, truck driver number 500 and I don't know, 55. But as far as her biological father, I personally don't think she know the man. Um, Liv merely tolerated Jazz. It's commendable that she don't work with him long. She feels that Jasmine is slump beneath her. Jasmine's recent behavior with the TikTok was telling, and her fragments of mind, she believes that she's that girl. Yo, Liv waited for the opportunity to get her look back. Yeah, Jazz and post as if she just is. I don't know what the hell. Girl, it's not given. I mean, because at the end of the day, everybody know you poor as hell with 5 children, and I mean, you about to be you 300 pounds talking about you want another baby. So none of that is anything to envy, sweetheart. Just a little FYI. But I'm glad she thinks she can make this look like it's so, you know, it's such a blessed life, I guess. She can't get a man. She catfished off of PLF. Stick around now. She has a talk about Liv. Liv wanted to get rid of Jazz for a long time. Now she saw the opportunity and took it. Now she on that fake 2023 new shit. Back when a liar was starting, I think initially she, and I kind of believe her when she said, she thought that Jazz was a little stronger, was stronger than what she was. I suppose she really thought she believed that. Um, and for a period of time, I think that they were cool. They liked each other. They, you know, shared secrets and had conversations. Um, but I think eventually, you know, being that they're both incapable of friendship, that this is only a matter of time. Liv will never be friends with nobody. You see, both of these hoes is in their 30s and they don't have a friend. They don't have a friend. They have people on the internet that they talk to, um, you know, but not people in their real life that you could say, I met, I went to school with, I went to work with, my first cousin, my second cousin. Shit, I still ain't heard about a cousin. Where is y'all damn cousins? Y'all about as bad as Meghan Markle. Shit. Showing up to her wedding with the black side, with nobody from the black side or the white side. Where is y'all people? About as bad as Meghan Markle. She ain't had the black folks come or the white folks. She said, fuck all y'all. I don't want none of y'all motherfuckers at my wedding. Where is the cousins? The first, the second, the third, the god sister, the niece, the nephew. I mean, goddamn. The friend from high school. Where is they at? Where they at? I'm talking to Ebonics now. Shit, y'all done piss me off. Back when Aliyah started friending of Jasmine, that was because she felt like she needed an alliance with one of the Mamiana originals. So the group would not go all in on her. Jasmine was the only one who wanted to take the bait. Once she had the alliance, she got Chrissy's information and started and getting into the drama, so traffic flow to her channel with the back and forth. After that died out, she really went back. When it bashes Gerard and Nisha, Jasmine as her Robin. Now she can't talk about her ex anymore. She wanted to start it on Jazz. But Jazz got as much dirt on her as she on Jazz. So it looks like they agreed not to talk ish about each other. So now what, Elaine, what you gonna do now? Jasmine, I see you got content in there at your children's game, rubbing salt and FedEx. Oh my god. She doesn't wear them repeatedly because I'm sure she has to cut them off. Oh, talk about the shirt. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you like this channel. And getting a